Hi everyone, this is Teacher Mel, and it has been my passion for kids and students to learn and love math. Today, we are going to discuss about differential calculus, techniques, and formulas. Usually tayo, pag naririnig natin yung salitang calculus, na-associate natin siya sa, mahirap to, mahirap yung subject na ito. Pero, ang hindi natin alam, merong technique na dapat alam natin or pinaka-basic foundation before we move on or before natin mas maintindihan yung mga more difficult concept. Ang nangyayari kasi, we focus more on doon sa salitang mahirap. Mahirap yung subject, mahirap yung concept na ito. Kasi ang problema, hindi natin naintindihan yung pinaka-basic na concept. Hindi natin na-digest ng maigi yung basic foundation. Or, should I say, yung formulas na dapat alam natin in differential calculus before we move on sa more difficult na mga concept. And before that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's start with this one. The first formula, the derivative of a constant is zero. Paano nga ba natin mas madaling maiintindihan ang differential calculus or yung mga formulas? Unang-unang gagawin natin, dapat memorize natin and we are familiar with it by heart. I repeat, dapat memorize and familiar tayo sa mga formulas by heart. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, dun tayo sa definition. Yun ang kabisaduhin natin. The derivative of a constant is zero. So, yung ifa-familiarize natin yung words na the derivative of a constant is zero. Para, pag kinuha natin yung derivative ng 4, alam natin ang sagot ay 0. Bakit? Pabalik tayo dun sa definition. Anong sabi ng definition? The derivative of a constant is 0. So therefore, pag kinuha natin yung derivative ng 4, alam natin ang sagot ay 0. Kasi, kabisado natin yung first concept na the derivative of a constant is 0. So, kahit anong derivative pa ng constant na kunin mo, the answer is 0. And the answer will always be 0. Next, the derivative of the power. The derivative of the power. Ngayon, kapag yung nakikita niyo yung nasa top, yung nakasulat if f of x is equal to x raised to n, where n is a real number, then the derivative of x is equal to n times x raised to n minus 1. So, kung makafocus tayo dyan, mahirap talaga. So, ang gagawin natin para makabisado natin yung derivative of the power formula, dun tayo sa kanyang definition. It says, that ito yung kakabisaduhin natin. The derivative of the power is the power times the base raised to the power minus 1. Kapag nakabisado natin to, ma-apply natin to sa pinaka-basic na example hanggang sa more difficult na example. So, sa video na ito, we are going to focus more on the techniques ng mga formulas and then we apply it to the basic one bago maggawa ulit tayo ng video for more difficult example. Okay, so let's apply the derivative of the power. For example, meron tayo f of x is equal to x raised to 4. We get the derivative of that one. f of prime of x, or the derivative of that, is equal to, anong sabi dito? The power. Ano yung power natin? 4. So we have 4. Next, times the base. Ano yung base? X. Kaya 4 times x. Next, raised to the power. Ano yung power natin? 4 minus 1. Kaya meron tayong 4x raised to the 4 minus 1. Kasi, ang derivative ng power, the derivative ng x raised to 4 ay power, which is 4, times the base, which is x, raised to the power, which is 4 minus 1. Simplifying, therefore, yung derivative natin ng x raised to 4 is equal to 4x cubed. So, anytime na makaka-encounter tayo ng derivative of the power, ang gagawin lang natin, just follow the definition. Anong sabi? Power times the base raised to the power minus 1. Okay, this is just a basic example. Pero, if we're going to apply this one sa more complicated one, mas madali nating masasagutan. Bakit? Alam na natin ang concept na kapag kukunin natin yung derivative ng power is just the power, multiply natin sa base, re-raise natin sa power, and then just minus 1. And then we simplify it. Next formula, the derivative of a constant naman. How do we get the derivative of a constant times a function? So, nakita niyo yung second, the one with paragraph. So, ayan yung kakabisaduhin natin para mas madali natin maintindihan or madali natin siyang may apply. I repeat, hindi lang natin siya kakabisaduhin for memorization, kundi kakabisaduhin natin siya by heart, and dapat meron tayong retention. Okay? Not just purely memorization, pero may retention dapat and kabisado dapat by heart. Okay, sabi dito, the derivative of a constant times a function is equal to the constant times the derivative of the function. Oh, how are we going to apply that one? Example, meron tayong ganito. F of x is equal to 5 times x raised to 4. So, unang tingin pa lang natin, the example or the given is the constant siya multiplied to a function. So, paano natin siya kukunin ng derivative? Ganito lang. Constant, ano yung constant natin? 5. So, we have 5 times the derivative of the function. Ang function natin ay x raised to 4. Kukunin natin ang derivative ng x raised to 4. So, x raised to 4 na pag-aralan natin kanina, ayan ay example ng derivative of a power. So, if a-apply natin yung derivative of a power sa x raised to 4. The power, which is 4, times the base, which is x, raised to the power, which is 4, minus 1. Simplifying, we have 20x raised to 3. Okay? Next, the derivative of the sum. So, yung derivative of sum, we just take the derivative of each function separately. Ibig sabihin, by function, kukunin natin yung derivative niya. Isa-isa. By function, kukunin natin yung derivative niya and then we just add kung possible man siyang i-add at the end pag na-solve na natin. Okay? Sige. Example, f of x is equal to 5x raised to 3 plus 3x. Derivative of that, 5x. Kunin natin yung derivative muna ng 5x cubed. Ano to? This is an example of derivative of a constant times a function. Ano sabi doon? Derivative of a constant times a function? The constant, which is 5, multiply to the derivative of the function. Ano yung x cubed? That's a power rule. We are going to apply the power rule. So, the power, which is 3, times the base, which is x, raised to the power, which is 3 minus 1. Plus, 3x is a function. It's a constant times a function. So, 3 times the derivative ng function. So, simplifying, 5 times 3 becomes 15. X, 3 minus 1 become x squared plus 3. X raised to 1 minus 1 becomes 0. Any number or variable raised to 0, the answer is 1. Kaya, 3 times 1, the answer is 3. Therefore, our final answer is the derivative is 15x cubed plus 3. Next example, the derivative of the difference. So, same with the sum. In difference, we just take the derivative of each function separately. Okay? So, the derivative of difference is equal to the difference of the derivative. So, just take the derivative of the function separately lang. So, example, 4x cubed minus 3. Anong sabi? Kukunin natin yung derivative ng each function separately. So, kunin natin yung derivative ng 4x cubed minus, kunin natin yung derivative ng 3. So, we have, this is the constant times the function. So, applying the formula, we have, it becomes the constant times the derivative of the function. This is a power rule. So, 3x raised to 3 minus 1 minus 0. O bakit 0? Ano nangyari? Ba't naging, yung 3, ba't naging 0? Babalik tayo doon sa formula natin. Kung kabisado natin yung formula natin by heart, anong sabi doon sa formula? The derivative of the constant is 0. Automatic, pag kinuha mo yung derivative ng any constant, answer is 0. Simplifying, this becomes 4 times 3 is 12, and then x raised to 3 minus 1 becomes 12x squared. Yung final answer natin. My question. If you have question pala, just comment. Now we move on to the product rule. Sabi sa the product rule, the first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So, itong kasasabi ko lang na word, na sentence, ayun yung kakabisaduhin natin by heart para kapag nakakita tayo ng product, if you're going to get the derivative ng isang product, mas madali natin siyang masosolve. No matter how complicated it is, mas madali natin siyang masosolve kung susundan lang natin yung formula. Okay? Sige, let's apply. Example, meron tayong, we're going to get the derivative of the product of x cubed multiplied to 7x squared. So, yung green one, yung x cubed, yun magsiserve as first natin. Yun ang first term or function. Next, yung magiging second is the 7x squared. Apply natin siya. Sabi sa formula, the first, ano yung first? X cubed. Kaya we copy lang the x cubed. Next, times, we multiply that to the derivative of the second. Ano yung second? 7x squared. Ano yung derivative ng 7x squared? So, ito ay constant times a function. So, ang derivative niyan ay 7 times the derivative ng x squared, product rule yan, the power which is 2 times the base raised to the power minus 1. Okay? Plus, ano sabi? Plus the second. Plus, kaya plus 7x squared kasi plus the second. Ano sabi? Times. Times the derivative of the first. We get the derivative na ng first. Ano yung first natin? X cubed. So, ano yung derivative ng x cubed? The power times the base raised to the power minus 1. Kaya 3x raised to 3 minus 1. Babalikan ko lang ha. Product rule. The first. Kaya copy natin yung x cubed times the derivative of the second. Derivative ng 7x squared plus the second. Ano yung second? 7x squared. Kaya we copy 7x squared and then we multiply that one to the derivative of the first. Derivative of the first or derivative ng x cubed. Okay? And then we simplify that one. This becomes x cubed. Copy lang. 7 times 2 becomes 14. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. Kaya x na lang natira. Plus copy lang 7x squared. And then, simplify this one. It becomes 3x squared. And then, we multiply. Okay, we multiply. So, this becomes x cubed na doble lang ng pag-copy. Disregard na lang. So, we multiply na. X cubed times 14x becomes 14x raised to 4 plus 7 times 3, 7x squared times 3x squared becomes 21x raised to 4. Since kapareha sila ng power, we combine them. So therefore, our final answer is 35x x raised to 4. Again, if you have questions, just comment below. Don't forget the product rule. The first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. Okay? So I repeat, we're just applying the rules sa basic one before natin, para for us to have a better understanding ng technique or formula instead, para kapag ma-encounter na natin ang more difficult one, mas madali nating masosolve. Kasi nga, alam na natin, kabisado na natin by heart, yung concept or yung formula. Or how are we going to apply? Let's now move on to quotient rule. How are we going to get the derivative of this one? So we're going to apply lang the quotient formula. It says the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. So let's apply this one sa mas madaling example. And then for more videos, next time, we're going to apply this one sa more complicated one. Okay, so we have f of x is equal to x squared over 2x minus 1. Okay, so unang kita pa lang natin, we're going to apply the quotient formula for this one. So we have, okay, it says the denominator. The denominator. So ano yung denominator natin? Our denominator is 2x minus 1. Kaya we copy 2x minus 1. Next, anong sabi? We need to multiply that 1 times the derivative of the numerator. So, multiply yung denominator sa derivative ng numerator. Ano yung derivative ng numerator? Our numerator is x squared. Derivative of that ay 2x. Okay? Power formula. Next, sabi dito ay minus. So, we put minus the numerator. We copied lang the numerator times the derivative of the denominator. So, the derivative of the denominator is just 2. Bakit? Paano nangyari? Ba't naging 2? Kasi 2 times derivative of x is just 1 minus derivative ng constant ay 0. Kaya ang natira na lang ay 2 over, all over, yung square ng denominator. Okay? So, we just follow the rule. Okay? Para mas madali para mas maintindihan natin yung formula, we need to, parang ilalapat natin yung formula doon sa given example. Uulitin ko, the denominator, kaya 2x minus 1, times the derivative of the numerator. So, derivative ng x squared is 2x minus the x squared, which is the numerator, times now the derivative of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. So, susundan lang natin yung formula para masagutan natin ng tama. Next. Simplifying this one, distribute lang yung 2x. So, it becomes 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x squared. And then we combine like terms. Okay. So, we have 2x squared minus 2x over 2x minus 1 raised to 2. And that would be our final answer. Okay? Again, if you have questions, just comment below. That ends our discussion on formulas and differentiation techniques. So, I repeat, kailangan lang natin kabisaduhin by heart yung definition mismo. Yung definition mismo ng mga formula. And then, Susundan lang natin siya. Kung ano yung pagkakasabi doon sa formula, ganun din yung gagawin natin ng pagsusolve. Once makabisado natin lahat yon by heart, maintindihan natin yung concept, how it works, paano ba nag-work ang differentiation, at paano mo nga ba mag-differentiate ng isang function or ng isang problem, given problem. Once naintindihan na natin yon, kapag nakabisado natin, mas madali na para sa atin ang maintindihan yung more complicated na concept ng differential calculus. Okay? Okay. So, next video, we're going to discuss naman on more complicated naman ng mga example on differentiation techniques. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay? Did you learn something? So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and comment.